Hello, this is Lou at DaVentura, CFI candidate at Big Sky Aviation, located at the Millville Airport in Millville, New Jersey. Um, Today we're going to be talking about a ground reference maneuver for the private pilot. It's called a rectangular course, and you can find the information located here in the Private Pilot Practical Test Standards, published by ASA for the FAA. It's a tongue twister. um, so what is a rectangular course? And I'll give you a picture of what it looks like. Okay, so the rectangular course looks like this. Okay, and I will put another diagram up in a little bit after I get this. I just want to show you what the rectangular course looks like. And you can see the airplane flying around there. It looks around the parcel land there that's depicted on that diagram. Okay, so again, what it is, it's a parcel land that simulates an airport traffic pattern. You have crosswind, downwind, base, and final at your airport. So this is what this is going to simulate. And the reason why we teach it is to make sure that the student understands the effect of wind as he travels through the airport traffic pattern on crosswind, downwind, base, and final. The objective here on our lesson plan today is to be sure that the student understands a few things. And again, making sure he understands the wind, making sure he understands about maintaining altitude and headings. That's all important. There's some completion standards too the FAA stipulates for us instructors to make sure that students are doing the correct thing. And for the completion standards for this particular maneuver is to be sure that he does his clearing turns and checking for traffic. Make sure he picks a suitable plot. Make sure he's picking also an emergency area. Making sure that he's starting the maneuver between 600 and 1,000 feet above ground level. And he needs to maintain altitude plus or minus 100 knots, and I'm sorry, altitude. Maintains altitude plus or minus 100 feet, and he needs to maintain airspeed plus or minus 10 knots. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here today. Again, that's the rectangular course. Now, there's some common errors that the students are going to eventually do because it's commonplace for that to happen. And again, these are things he's not doing correctly. And a couple common errors that we have here are the failure to clear the area, is not establishing the proper altitude and the proper entry point for this maneuver. He's not looking outside the aircraft too. It happens. He fixates on inside the aircraft with the instruments. He needs to have 90% of his eyes outside and 10% inside looking in the aircraft just for making sure that he's on at the right altitude or airspeed, but again, focusing more on the outside. Again, the name is called a ground reference maneuver, so you're basically looking outside most of the time. All right, let me put the figure up, and we'll talk about the figure and how. Okay, so we have the figure up here, our rectangular course. We notice that the wind is coming from right there. And so in figure number one, step number one there, the wind is right directly in front of us, so there's no need for any kind of crosswind correction. 2 and 3, we're going to be crabbing into the wind, so we crab to the right. If we didn't crab to the right, if you see that segmented dotted line there, if we did not crab to the right, the wind would actually push us, and we would not be equidistant from the corners that we need to be. So 3 and 4 are showing how we are crabbing. 4 to 5 would be turning now downwind, and the wind will be from behind us. So at that point there, we do not need any wind correction. So in position number 5 and position number 1, there's no need for any wind correction because the wind is from in front of us at 1 and behind us at number 5. Going from position 5 to 6, we're fine going from 6 to 7 now. We have to put a wind correction now into the left. We're crabbing into the wind, and the reason for that is to keep us equidistant from all segments of that airport traffic pattern simulation. If we did not crab into the wind, 7 and 8 show the dotted line as the wind's pushing us away. So this is where the student has to have a good understanding of what is happening with the wind and how the wind does affect the ground track over the track of the course of the ground. So again, if we do not do anything, that segmented dotted line shows the course. If we do our crab, it'll show the crab, and it'll show the ground track that we need to take in order to have this maneuver down and working properly for the student. This completes our rectangular course lesson plan, ground lesson plan actually, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. I would appreciate it. And again, happy flying, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.